All right, hello knockouts, Tonya TKO here, and we are coming in live, and we are discussing the situation with B. Smith and her dying. For those of you who don't know, B. Smith was an amazing and beautiful, talented, elegant, just amazing all around Black woman. She was a restaurateur. She started a restaurant. She wrote several cookbooks. She was one of the first Black women to grace the covers of Mademoiselle magazine. And in 2013, she was diagnosed with early onset Alzheimer's. Paris Milan, our beloved sister vlogger here on YouTube, broke the story last year that her husband, Dirty Dan Gatsby, had moved some Caucasian woman into their home and was living with this new woman as his girlfriend while B. Smith was in the house as well. I do have the phone lines open. I want to discuss this with you all so you can already start getting in the queue to come on live. I just wanted to tell everybody what was going on. So after chopping off her beautiful locks and having her in some short fro, not looking in a way that she presented herself when she was alive, and even admitting that he doesn't feel like his wife would be happy with the situation. Then, then a family friend came out and said that he went to go visit B. Smith and that he witnessed the girlfriend assault B. Smith for quote unquote doing something wrong, slapping her on her hand like she's a child or an abused pet. And the whole situation is just real sad to me. I want to hear your thoughts on it. So I decided to come out live. I've turned on the phone lines. The number is 323-488-3149. I want to hear what you think about it. There are a lot of bloggers who are claiming foul play. I I'm stunned and I'm at a loss for words. Her husband was her manager or what, I don't know what he was, but it didn't seem as if he made any money outside of what it is that B. Smith did. And then he started gallivanting around with this woman who is known to jump from male paycheck to male paycheck. And then now B. Smith is dead. Now B. Smith is dead. And yeah, and yes, so Crazy is saying that there are people around giving Dan props as if Paris Milan did not break this story of him moving this woman in and traipsing around in this torrid affair while his wife was in the same home, sick and in need. And he was like, well, I can't stop my life. And I'm like, wow. Yeah, you know what? It's just, listen, I need to hear your thoughts. The phone lines are open. I want to hear from you. I need at least let somebody test the phone lines. This is my first time going live with phone lines in New York, so I want to hear. I want to at least test it and see if they work. So 323-488-3149. The number is inside the title of this video. I'm stunned. I'm disturbed. I'm disgusted. And then also there's a part of me that's relieved because I'm like, she's free now. She's free to be free of this mess and madness. But then also her inheritance or whatever it is that she has is going to the the beneficiary who is her husband and his mistress. I just So yeah, so Martha Smith is the white B. Smith. B. Smith popularized the Bed Bath and Beyond style of comforters and home decor, etc. I want to hear from you all. I want to hear from you all. All right. Okay, you are on the air live. What's your name? See, this is what I'm saying. Is my microphone even on? Oh goodness, hold on. I have to give permission to the microphone. Hold on. Like I said, this is my first time doing it. So, hello, can you hear me? Um, bear with me because this is my first time, so I don't hear anything. And I don't know if you can hear me. So the person who's calling in, can you type in the comments whether or not you can hear me on the phone lines at least? Because like I said, this is my first time going live with the phone lines in New York since I've been back. UFB is saying terrible way to be free. You know what? I don't know, not really. Okay. So let's see. Try again, please. Try again. Try again. The phone lines are open. We're testing them right now to just see, what's going on. Thank you, Pinky, for putting up the number. Let's see. Okay, you're on the air live with Tonya. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you, Tonya. Can you hear me?
Oh, I can. I need you all to let me know if you can hear her. So put up a number 1 if you can hear her. Put up a number 2 if the sound is fine. Okay? So put up 2 if the sound is good. Say something else so that they can hear you.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
Okay, perfect. So they're saying 2. If you need me to turn it up at any point, please let me know and I'll turn it up. All right, what's your name?
This is Crazy Cat Lady. I had just messaged in the chat about how I went on Dan's IG and I was reading the comments about his post about B passing away, and everyone was like, "Oh, you're so strong," and blah blah blah, like giving him props. And I was like, "No, do you people not remember he moved his mistress in while she was sick?"
Did you
Because I surely do remember that.
Did you comment that?
Yeah, I put that on his IG. He's probably going to delete it, and I don't care. But am I the only one that remembers that he moved the mistress in while she was sick?
You know what the issue is that Paris Milan broke the story, and there were people on YouTube who were up in arms, but everybody did not know. Everybody didn't know.
And plus, he also took the comments off of a lot of the pictures of him, B, and the white lady, so people couldn't comment and stuff like that. And yes, Alzheimer's is an awful disease because my mother passed away of dementia, and dementia and Alzheimer's, it like really deteriorates a person. And I also work in a hospital, so I deal with that population.
Yeah.
And yes, like when they start losing their mind,
yeah,
it's a very difficult population to deal with. But still, moving your mistress in while your wife is sick is disgusting. And
yeah,
no, I'm not going to give him props. I'm not going to say, "Oh, you're so brave." No, you're a scumbag. And
yes.
some other people were also commenting on his other pictures saying the same thing. Wasn't a lot of people,
Yeah.
but I know I'm not the only one that didn't remember that.
Yes, exactly.
So rest in peace to B. And someone in the chat said that's a horrible way to be free. But unless you deal with someone who has that illness, it's almost like, yeah, you're okay with the fact that they finally don't have to suffer anymore.
Yes.
Because it's a very debilitating disease, Alzheimer's and dementia.
Yes, yes.
And if you don't have family members or deal with that population, you don't know what they go through, and they don't really have a good quality of life, unfortunately.
Yeah, you know what,
And
Crazy Cat
I know
Lady,
from experience.
Thank you so much. There are a few other callers trying to get in, so thank you. I appreciate your point of view.
Thank you, Tonya.
Okay.
Love to everybody.
All right. Okay.
Bye-bye.
All right. So, that was Crazy Cat Lady who called. Her name had me laughing. Where do you all come up with these scream names? But yeah, so, okay. You're on the air live
Hello?
with Tonya. Yes. What's your name?
Oh, Dr. Chris.
Okay, everybody. So this is Dr. Chris, and I saw Dr. Chris posting in the room that what pronoun do you want to go by, or how do you like to be referred to as? Let me know.
Oh, yes. Yes, he, him, his. Thank you for asking.
Okay, so Dr. Chris, I saw him posting in the room that he doesn't feel that this was wrong. Tell us why you feel Dan was right for moving his mistress in.
Well, for one, I happen to be a living aid, to my grandmother who's suffering from the same illness.
Okay.
And I'm 38 years old, and I've sacrificed a lot so that she could, have the best level of care and, life as normal for herself. Because
Okay.
moving her into a nursing home or putting her into some other type of facility would cause her to lose a lot of her independence and freedom.
Okay, so get to
Okay.
why you feel it was okay for Dan Gaspy to move his mistress in. Let us know this.
So my opinion is that he sacrificed a lot already, and because of the fact that he has to be available to B. Smith 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, because you cannot leave an Alzheimer's patient alone. I believe that he was right. I mean, and not only that, an Alzheimer's patient is reduced to an infant because they cannot, they go to the bathrooms on themselves. You have to change them. You have to bathe them. You have to feed them. You have to give them their medicine. You have to do everything for them. Not only that, you cannot leave them alone because then they could just,
Right. Let me ask you this question. Who pays you?
Nobody.
So you work and you're working for free? Let me know, because I got some graphic work and all types of stuff I need done for free too. So let me know if you're working for free, Dr. Chris.
I mean, I take care of my grandma for free. Yes.
Okay. So, but you don't have an employer that's paying you.
No.
Okay. So I understand.
And I'm doing my own thing. I've taken the time because I was, trying to work, but I could not because the job was asking me to move.
Okay, but let me ask you this question. You're not married? You can't be,
No.
because you were shooting your shot at me on the PayPal, or no, what was it, the Cash App note. You were shooting your shot. So you can't be married.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
Okay.
No.
So what do marriage vows mean to you when it's, well, what do marriage vows mean to you? Does it mean when a person gets sick, to hell with the vows? Is that what it means?
No, the thing about it is that B. Smith knew who she married. You know what I mean? So she made that choice. She made that decision. And I think we should respect that decision.
Hold on. When B. Smith was lucid and of sound mind, did B. Smith have a mistress living in the house, or did he wait until she was out of sound mind to then move a mistress in?
Right. I mean, he probably did wait until she was out of sound mind.
Right.
But,
so how do you know? I'm trying to find out, how do you know that B. Smith knew that she married a man who, I'm confused as to how you feel that she consented to this when he did this after she was out of sound mind.
Well, she was probably the one, I'm assuming, because he's the only one who seems to be speaking on her behalf. She was probably the one who gave him power of attorney and power over her estate. So if that's the case, then, I mean, she trusted him with all decisions. I mean, of course, she could have made any stipulations, right? And she didn't do that. So that's her, decision.
Wow. You know what? Listen, I just want you all to take note, because Chris Lord is very active in the comments. Chris shot their shot at me. I don't know if they will shoot their shot at you, but let me just tell you, just listen to what Chris is saying. So if Chris and you get together and something happened to you, just know you on your own. You done. You done. Chris gonna be gallivanting, sipping champagne in the pool while you there with the nurse's aide on your money.
Look, my thing is respect of whoever it is.
Am I telling the truth?
Hello?
I'm here, I'm listening.
I'm just saying, we should respect kids of B. Smith. Now, it was her decision. It was her choice. Everyone has their own individual desires and decisions that they make. And, we just need to respect those decisions.
What decision? The woman was out of her sound mind when he decided to move his mistress in.
Well, she made those decisions before, right? Before she lost her mind,
She made the
right?
decision to give her husband power of attorney, the person who was faith, or as we know, as far as we know to the public, faithful to her, and doting on her and adoring of her until she got sick.
That's right. So I mean, she knew what could have happened. She knew the
She
results
knew
because
that this
trust me,
man was
any
going to
doctor.
bring another woman into the home.
Well,
Wow.
she knew that she would lose all of her abilities to be who she is, right? Through that Alzheimer's. And so any doctor would tell you that it only gets worse and there is no cure. So therefore, she knew this. And so I'm sure, knowing all of that, she gave him whatever, power making decisions she gave him.
You know what? Thank you so much for calling in. There are other callers who want to come through. Thanks, Chris. We all know how you get down now. Thanks.
Okay.
You laughing, but we listening. So you go ahead.
No.
You ain't even till death do us part. You till the road get tough. Then you done.
No, I mean I helped out. That's what I'm doing now. I'm giving my all, but I'm just saying.
But this is your
needs,
grandmother.
right?
This is not a person that you committed before God, country, and family. And you supposed to be some big time Christian. Where's the Christ?
I am, but you.
Oh, listen,
But
everybody. This is what I'm saying. This is a big time Christian on the phone, always preaching and proselytizing about Jesus Christ. You think Jesus would have had a mistress living up in the house?
But listen, just use your brain for a second, right?
Then the person is trying to insult I. Talking about use your brain for a second. Oh, no, you didn't. Now you're trying to, well, I'm going to use my brain while it's still working functionally because goodness knows the moment it starts to teeter, you all over it.
No. I was just saying she's been reduced to an infant, right? Okay? So he can't treat her like a wife.
What I'm saying is, the vows do not say, oh, I promise to love you, honor, and respect you until you are no longer of sound mind. It doesn't say that.
Yeah, but she has no capability of fulfilling her duties as a wife anymore.
Duties as a wife? She did that for 27 damn years. She was married to this man for almost 3 decades. And you trying to tell me that this man couldn't wait 5 years, 4 years before he went and started traipsing and gallivanting all around the town?
But he doesn't know when she was going. I mean, she was very young, right, when she got sick. So, I mean, she had many years that she could have lived. Like, my grandma, we've been able to extend her life, and she's still living. She's 86 years old, and I believe that her dad died at 101, and I believe she could make it, even to 100 and beyond, because I'm a PhD.
All right. So this is what I'm hearing. What I'm hearing is that Dan probably thought that maybe she was going to live another 20 years. So he decided that after 3 or 4 years, he was going to live his best damn life in the same house as his wedded wife, because now she was at the capacity of a toddler.
I mean, I wouldn't say his best life. I would say he's tried to salvage aspects of individuality and independence that he could.
Okay. Let me ask you this question. Can you point to the Bible verse where it says, thou shalt move thy mistress in if your husband or wife gets Alzheimer's?
Okay, there are quite a few verses I can point to.
Go say them. Say them now so that the people can look them up, because people want me to get off the phone with you and I'm going to let you go. So give the verses.
You want to hang it up?
Give the verses so that the people can look it up.
Well, I know you have to look at, let's see, Corinthians 1, about a woman having to fulfill her duties as a wife and to give to her husband what belongs to him. First Corinthians, I can't remember, but tell them to just Google it. Okay, I'll put it in the chat.
Yeah, do that. First Corinthians, Chris is claiming, First Corinthians, it says that thou shalt do your duties as a wife, and the moment that you get sick and can no longer do those duties, all hell breaks loose, all hell's abound. All right, thank you so much for calling in. Phone lines are open. Phone lines are open. The opinions are swinging wide from one end to another. Chris, the Christian, is going to put inside the chat room the Bible verses that says that adultery is okay as long as your husband or wife gets sick. Then all of a sudden they can't perform their wifely duties, and all of a sudden you could go traipsing. This is what Crips, they can't even say the name right no more. Yeah, phone lines open 323-488-3149. B. Smith is gone. May she rest in peace. Right now, we're discussing the situation that existed in her household leading up to her death, and how one of her friends came out beseeching the public because he was concerned for B. Smith, because he saw B. Smith getting assaulted in the house by the mistress. You are on the air live with Tonya. What's your name? I don't hear you. There's no sound on the call. So there's something. So listen, I'm going to have you call back in. You're on the air live with Tonya. What's your name?
How you doing? Dave.
Oh, we got a male caller coming in now. Let's see. This could go either way now today. What you got to say, Dave? Talk to us about B. Smith and your opinion about it.
Well, to be really truthful with you, I was calling to actually. I'm not really familiar with B. Smith, and I would like to know who he was.
Okay, so why don't you do this? For anybody who is not sure about who B. Smith is, there's this wonderful, amazing tool. It's a bit, because if you have internet to be able to see this video chat, you got internet to be able to open up a browser. Type in B space SMITH. And you can even Google the word death. And then when you look that up, you'll be able to get up to speed. And then you can call back in. Right? So we are here live right now. And phone lines are open 323. So Martha Stewart is the white B. Smith. She's the one who became ultra famous from what it is that B. Smith began in the first place, which was home decor and all of that stuff. She even became a restaurateur. It's a lot. We even talked about it in the beginning of the video. So if you can, you have to go Google and then wait till you get to the front of this video because we are live. You're in the air live with Tonya. What's your name?
Hello, this is Kevin.
Hey, Kevin, how you sound happy on the woman's death day? Well, she died yesterday, but we're talking about it now. So, hey, Kevin.
Okay, so I didn't even know that B. Smith died. I just got home from somewhere, and when I came in, I saw your live, and I thought, God, what ended up happening? Then I heard the caller, Chris, and I was like, oh my goodness, we didn't know what she was speaking. So I'm not drawing any conclusions. I don't know everything that had gone on from the death, but I was following along with the story to begin with. Because when you were first talking about it, it was like really, really big news. That's why I don't understand why that last guy said he didn't know anything about it. So just do some research and you can find it. But anyway.
Yeah. What are your thoughts?
My thought is. My thoughts is we all knew this was coming. I didn't think it was going to come so soon, but we all kind of knew that it was coming along the way. I didn't know how things were going to end up turning out, but I'm unfortunately not shocked. I think I wouldn't be surprised if somehow, some way they had planned it to where this could be the case. Allegedly, I'm not sure yet.
Right,
but
gotcha.
I'm not just naming anything. But I do know that I'm not shocked. In fact, I remember us even talking about this when the whole thing went down. We were hoping and praying that something like this wouldn't come to that. So
right.
That's my concern.
Right. And you know what I find really interesting? Chris came in and said that in his life, he's been able to extend his grandmother's life by 20 years, but B. Smith all of a sudden couldn't make it 1 year after his mistress moved in. I'm sorry. Thank you, Kevin, for calling in. We appreciate your point of view.
Sure. Anytime. Glad to be a part. I'll be back in the comment section now.
All right. All right. So phone lines are open. Listen, I don't know what is going on out here. Okay, I tried to answer. Hold on. All right, you are on the air live with Tonya. What is your name, caller?
Courtney.
Hi, Courtney. Make sure your computer's turned down.
Okay, I just turned it down.
Okay, perfect. All right, so you're on the air live. What are your thoughts about this whole B. Smith situation?
Well, honestly, like I can't believe her husband would have a mistress while she's in the house, while he's in the house with his wife.
Yes.
Like that's crazy to me.
Yes.
And I'm like, he could at least, if he couldn't deal with the situation, he could at least turn her over to like a.
Hold
like
on.
a
I'm sorry.
hospice or
Hold on. I'm
something.
sorry. I have to regulate in the comments. Now listen, you
Okay.
all know that I love for us to have dialogue. Do not attack each other. If a person is making an argument you don't agree with, attack the argument. Calling each other names is not going to be acceptable. Okay, we have got to listen. We are all mature adults here. My average viewer is 35 years old. So you are all adults here, or most of you are adults here. So we're going to act like it. Okay, we have a caller on the phone. There are almost 300 people on this live. So let's behave. Okay, knockouts. I know we can do better than this. Okay. All right. So Courtney, I guess your name ain't Courtney. Caller, what's your name?
Hello, it is.
Your name is Courtney, so I'm calling out your name. You're not saying nothing. Okay, Courtney, go ahead. Please finish saying what you were saying.
Okay. So I was just saying that I couldn't believe that he would invite another woman into his house.
Yeah.
While his wife is still alive, and it's just crazy because what if it was the other way around?
Yeah.
Like, would that be okay for her to invite another man in? Oh, let alone another man, but a white man? Like, that wouldn't be okay.
Oh, so we bring a race into it now. We're going to bring the race into it.
Yeah. And I'm just like, it shouldn't matter about race, but a white woman too, like, that's just insane. And for people to think that's okay, it's not okay. Because like you said, with the wedding vows, that's like, should be taken seriously. And I feel like he didn't take it serious. Like, he took care of her, but he didn't take it serious enough to be faithful to her.
Yeah, you know what? It's like it was all good until she got sick, until she could no longer be a wife to him. And then all of a sudden, all bets were off. Let me ask you all a question. Let's do a survey. If you think that B. Smith would have moved another man into the house while Dan was in there, if he had gotten sick, put up the number 3. If you think she would not, put up the number 4. So we're going to do a quick survey. Put up 3 if you think she would. Put up 4 if you think she wouldn't. And we're going to just look at, so there are people, one person put up a 3. Most people are putting up 4, 4, 4. Okay. So most everybody except for one person is putting up 4. So nobody feels that she would have done that. Why are men like this? Why are men like this? And people are condoning him. Let's do another quick survey. I want you all to put up the number 5 if you think that the public would have been as open and understanding of B. Smith moving in another man. Put up 5 if you think the public would have been as understanding as they've been of Dan. Put up a 6 if you think they would have been like, that tramp, this, that, and the other, and really been calling her out. 5
exactly.
and 6.
That's exactly what it would have been. She would have been a tramp, a slut, all kinds of stuff.
Right. Right. And then what type of person is this human being that you move into the house of a person who is ill? What type of person does that? You move into a person's house where they're ill and their husband is upset. You know what I'm saying?
For opportunity.
How do you
move right?
How do you crack open your legs doing splits in somebody else's bed while the person is sick downstairs on the main floor?
Down the hall.
You know what I'm saying? How do you do this? Popping your pussy on a handstand in some woman's house that she built with her money.
With her money, not his money.
Exactly. This is what I'm saying. How does she do this? I don't even know how a person can get aroused in the house of an elderly person who is disabled and their husband is having an affair with you in the house. How do you do that? How do you even become moist? You know what, Courtney? Thank you so much for calling in. I'm confused
Thank
by
you,
this.
Tonya.
All right.
Yes, I am. Thank you. Bye.
Mm-hmm. All right. Phone lines are open. And somebody is saying, I hope they do a full autopsy. If the family does not request an autopsy, I don't think that is legal. Can some of the health people in here talk to us? You're on the air live with Tonya. What's your name?
Hi, Tonya. Yeah, this is Dave again. How you doing?
I'm fine, thanks. Did you go and do your research on who B. Smith is?
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, wow. This is really taking that long to get the information. I just kind of like punched the information to my phone, and now I'm familiar with who she was. She used to be a model, and I remember a story about her having Alzheimer's.
Yeah, so what is it that
But
you're calling in to say, Dave?
yeah, I mean, first and foremost, I mean, I'm not going to be that long. I just like to, send out my condolences to all of the family. Um, she broke barriers. She was a role model to many different to a lot of black women, and also I think it was totally wrong for what her husband did, and he took advantage of her, and it was just totally out of order.
All right.
You
Well, you know
know,
what? Thank you so much for calling in and giving your condolences.
you're welcome. Thank you very much for having me.
Okay. All right, phone lines are open. I need somebody inside of the comments who is familiar with the health field. Can an autopsy be performed without the expressed um, direction of the family or next of kin? If an autopsy is not ordered, can the hospital just go and do one, or is that assault? So I need someone to answer that. Um, And then what if the next of kin says, please do not do an autopsy. We want to cremate her. Can they still go and do an autopsy? I need someone to answer that. So hey, phone lines are open. Hey Ralph, welcome into the chat room. Okay, so Indigo is saying the next of kin has to request. And then B is saying only if there's an alleged crime. So let's see. You're on the air live with Tonya. What's your name?
Whitney Solier.
Hi, Whitney. Welcome. Make sure that your computer is turned down so that there's no feedback, okay? So,
Okay.
so Whitney, you're on the air live. What are your thoughts about this whole B. Smith situation? For those of you who are just
Well,
coming in, B. Smith was an icon in the 70s, 80s, 90s. Martha Stewart is the white B. Smith. B. Smith popularized home decor and cooking shows, etc. She also was a restaurateur and wrote 3 books. She got Alzheimer's in 2013. Her husband moved in a Caucasian socialite a few years later and was living in the home with his girlfriend, his mistress, while his wife suffered below. So Whitney, go ahead and tell us your opinion about this.
well, I personally think the whole situation is pretty tragic and sick in many ways that, he would turn around and do her that way. But I think it's important that we as women and even men who may find themselves in a similar situation, although I don't know that it would happen this way, that we, protect what is financially ours and put safeguards in place to secure things. Not only for us if we find that we're in this type of situation, but if family members and things of that nature, we have to have someone on the outside who we know we can trust with our assets and who are going to look after us and take care of us if there's a situation of this nature. Now, I wanted to come at you a little bit from a legal point of view as far as the financial situation.
Mm-hmm.
The only way I could see that maybe an autopsy could also be done is if then she has some insurance and they want something done before they pay out. And they could have reason to request that given some of the behaviors that he's exhibited.
Yes.
So it could come about that way as well, but they'd have to have, reasonable cause to say, we're not paying anything until we get, this information.
Okay, okay. So thank you, Whitney. Thank you. You're coming
You're
in from a
welcome.
different standpoint. Are you in the legal field yourself?
I work in legislation, yes.
Oh, do you? Oh, homegirl,
Mhm.
contact me. I want to pass a few bills this year.
Do you? Okay, great.
All right. I appreciate you calling in. If you have any other things that you can think of as we continue, please do come back around. Oh, you know what? You know what? I'm glad I got you on the phone. I'm glad I got you on the phone, as a matter of fact. Let me ask you this question, because
Mhm.
how can people protect themselves? So B. Smith was in love with this man. She thought this man was going to do her right. How was she to know that once she was no longer of sound mind and really could not be an executor for her own will, that this man will go plumb crazy? What can a person do to protect themselves long term?
Well, you have to make sure you put an estate in order. And within that state, you can identify people who will take charge of your affairs once it's gone. Now, it doesn't have to be your husband, although normally that is what happens. You leave everything to the spouse to make the decision. But you can, identify other people who could step in, say in the case of, I get dementia or something like that. You can identify other people who could be executors of your estate as well, or who work in conjunction with someone. It doesn't just have to be one person. And you could divide things as well. For example, if I get dementia, this is the person I want to handle it. Maybe I have a son who's in that field. If, my finances are to be handled by, you can even put a lawyer in place to do that. It doesn't have to be someone who's related to you. It can even be someone
Oh,
you're paying who's going to watch over your goods, watch over your estate, and divvy things as you intend them to be. I think anytime you have money, you have to safeguard. And I hate to say that, but this is just the world we live in. Maybe she could have said, upon my death, my husband will receive. Or if I should get dementia, my husband will get. A lot of us don't think like that because we don't think that's ever going to happen to us. But sometimes we do have to look at it from that point of view because we don't know what's going to happen.
okay. So you know what? The other day I made a video about there was a girl who came out and did so Kayla Nicole, the YouTube celeb. She made a post on
Mhm.
Twitter talking about stop having bastard babies and get married,
Yes.
make marriage right. So I talked about forming a business agreement. So creating a corporation and drawing up the legal documents and holding your assets in this corporation, so that if you don't want to get married, at least there's some legal paperwork. So besides a corporation, what are some things that people can do? So let's say people don't want to get married. What are some things that people can do in order to be able to have their estate handled, their finances handled, their medical care handled and stipulated? What would those documents be called that you can add? What talk to us.
Oh, I just lost my train of thought. What it's called? It's the person who makes decisions for you when you're alive.
Power of
I
attorney?
can't think of what. Yes, power of attorney. Yes, you
Okay.
can have power of attorneys in place to, make decisions for you while you're alive. But then once you're done, if you don't have that will and things in place, then that person doesn't have any power anymore. So that's why you have to go beyond just the power of attorney and deciding what's going to happen with your assets or even with you, because you may desire to be cremated, but your family don't want that. So it goes beyond just your assets, even your physical being become a problem. And that has happened in many cases with family members, wishes. Once you're
Okay.
dead, look, there's no guarantee that your wishes will be, upheld. That's the bottom line, unless you have some things
Okay.
in place to enforce that legally.
What is the difference between a will and a living will? A living will and trust. What's the difference? Does anyone know?
Oh,
Do you
a
know?
living,
Mm-hmm.
a living will, I believe you're still alive and the person can make decisions for you, similar to a power of attorney. After that, then it's whatever you leave, you deed over to someone.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, you know what? I appreciate you calling in, Whitney. There's so much to think about. Thank you. Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome. Thank
Okay.
you. Bye.
Okay, so for those of you who are just tuning in, we are talking live today about B. Smith passing away and her husband Dan and just the whole brouhaha that has existed in this situation, how he moved his mistress into the home. The phone lines are open if you want to call in live. The phone number is it's 323-488-3149. Okay, so a living will, Indigo is saying, is a written statement detailing a person's desires regarding their medical treatment in circumstances in which they are no longer able to express informed consent, especially in advance. Okay, especially in advance. Perfect. All right, so you're on the air live with Tonya on the Tonya TKO show. We have almost 300 knockouts in the comments. Everybody thumbs up the video. We got 61 thumbs up. So come on and thumbs those up if you're enjoying yourself and having a good time. All right, you're on the air live. What's your name?
My name is Melita.
Hold on, let me try to turn you up. What is your name?
My name is Melita.
Meledia? I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time hearing you. You said your name is Meledia?
My name is Melita.
Meleda. We're having a really bad connection, Meleda.
Go back.
Okay, I'm so sorry. When you hear the replay, you'll see what I'm saying. We really couldn't hear you. So phone lines are open. It's 323-488-3149. We are talking about the legend B. Smith and her unfortunate passing, and just your thoughts and feelings about the scandal that ensued, and even your thoughts and feelings about the fact that people are praising Dan Gaspy now, congratulating him for taking care of B. Smith, even though this is her husband, and this was, listen, death do you part. We had some callers calling in saying that they understand why he went and got a mistress and moved the mistress in. You know, I don't know. I just, and we have people arguing in the comments because the person who called in, Chris, is saying this, that, and the other, and people are, it's just, oh. Okay. I don't know. It seems like the male perspective on the inconveniences of a sick partner just seem to be different than the female perspective of it. And so, ladies, I'm just going to say this. It seems like many of you out there got to watch your back. I'm sorry. It seems like many of you out there got to watch your back, because the moment that you are no longer able to, quote unquote, be a wife to him, you don't know what may happen to him. And this is sad. And it seems like the standards are just so very low. You know, and it's like people in the world understands when a man just isn't able to do it. Meanwhile, if you try to take your black ass over to finding the best man for you, then they like, why are you disqualifying all of these other men? Why you need to just take any man? But no, they don't lower their standards for you. But now you're supposed to lower your standards for others. I don't get it, and I don't know, and I don't understand. So 323-488-3149. We only have 17 more minutes left for this broadcast, and I want to hear your thoughts on the matter. You are on the air live with Tonya. What's your name?
My name is Merida.
Oh, Merida, you're wonderful. I can hear you now.
Okay. How you doing?
I'm fine, thanks. Turn down the volume of the computer in the background so that there's no feedback.
Okay. Oh, I did. Now it's better?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. I'm just gonna touch on something. I've been married for 21 years, right?
Okay.
And I put my trust into my husband. We don't have any children. It's just the two of us.
Okay.
This man not only disgraced her persona, but he humiliated her. He robbed her of her dignity. Like, this Smith was like idolized. You know what I'm saying? Because of her business. and as an entrepreneur and as a furniture designer. Actually, the other lady commenting is true. She was the original Martha Stewart. And I mean, you can do what you want to do with your life, but when you are robbing someone of their dignity, this
Yes.
lady walked through life in such fashion and elegance. And
Yes.
you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like she became an icon, not because she was fabulous, well, she was, but the way that she carried herself and the way that she was so in tune with her
Oh,
African culture and her heritage,
yes.
and it just mind-boggling to me. So I hope that they can do an autopsy
Yeah.
and find out what's going on, because at the end of the day, she trusted him. You know,
Yes.
you think that your husband, your partner is going to always be there with you. That's what
Yes.
you signed for.
Yes.
It's very sad.
Very.
So that's all I gotta say. And thank you for the opportunity, right?
Yeah.
And one of the subjects that I want to introduce, maybe you later want to make a video about, is that lady that got killed after she exposed someone on Facebook.
You know what?
It's a
That
different
was
subject, but I
the
would like for
next
you to
video.
to
That
go
was the
into
next
that.
video
Okay,
that I was going to record.
okay,
As a matter of
okay,
fact, yes, that was the next video I was going to record. I was going to
yeah,
record 2 in one day, but after listening to
yeah,
those lyrics from Boozy, I couldn't record anymore for that day. I was
yeah.
exhausted.
I saw that. I was
Yeah.
waiting for the part two, and I enjoy your Africa trip. Thank you for bringing us along.
Thank you for
But
watching.
I'm not financially able to help or to travel. So I really enjoy those videos, and you really show your perspective as an African American, as a woman, as an entrepreneur, culture. Like, it was lovely. Okay, so
Okay. Y un
for everybody
momentito, ¿de dónde eres?
de Puerto Rico.
Oh, de veras. ¿Y cómo está su gente ahora?
Pues ellos están todavía tienen. I'm gonna speak English
Oh,
for the benefit of the other people. They're still getting aftershocks, right?
yeah.
With the earthquake and all of that good stuff. Well, for lack of a better term, not good stuff, but they're dealing with that. But our people is resilient, and we are not getting any federal assistance. But we just live day to day, and we just try to make the best out of it, right? Like, it is what it is, right? Like life is short. Now
Yeah.
we are mourning the loss of business, so it's time for us to live our lives and make sure that we do our best, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you for asking. So I'm gonna let you go, because I know that you.
No, I have one more
people,
question
you know
before
what I
you
mean?
go. You said you've been
But
married
I'm
21 years. I have another question for you. Hold on, before you go, one more question. You said you've been married 21 years. Is your husband home right
Yes,
now?
ma'am.
Because we want to question.
No, he's at work.
Can you ask
He's at
him
work.
if you got Alzheimer's? How long would it take
Oh,
before
we
he
already
moved?
have that. We already have that taken care of. Do you remember that case of Miss Terry Shivo?
No.
It was this white woman who ended up in a vegetative stage, and the family wanted to keep her alive, and the husband wanted to cut, you know what I'm saying, the sustenance, if you will, and it went to the court and everything. I don't know if you remember that.
I remember
And
something
after
like that, but for
case,
some reason I thought it was I remember it with a girl.
As a result of that, we went online and we drew a living will,
Okay.
and a medical power of attorney, and a living power of attorney, right? Because we don't have any kids. So if something would have happened, her family want to just, you know what I'm saying, do the most. So that's why we did that. And this is a great opportunity for people to research and make sure that you have these conversations. Now, I will be honest with you. I do not believe that he then told B that he was going to do this. Like,
of course
there is
not.
no way that you can tell me that she agreed to this. Like, there is no, you can't, I'm sorry.
Of course not. Of
No.
course not.
No.
Of course not.
And rob her of her dignity. Like, he lives, look, I can't, because I don't want to use any foul language.
I got you.
Thank you for the discussion.
Thank you
for the discussion, and I will be in the chat, okay?
Okay, all right.
You have a beautiful day, and hello to everybody. Thank you.
All right, so we got 10 minutes till the top of the hour, and I don't like to go over 1 hour, so we got time for 1.5 more phone calls, so get your calls in quickly. I saw there were a few people who were calling in. So you've got to get your call in now, because I don't want to see the tears in the comments when you are not able to get through. So listen, phone lines are open, 323-488-3149. We got time for 1.5 more phone calls. I want to hear from some of the women in the chat. There are 300 people on, 91 thumbs up. If you're enjoying the video, go ahead and thumbs up. If you want to call in, we are live right now, and we may be moving over to Facebook. After we get off here, we may be moving over to the Facebook page and doing a live broadcast over there at Tonya TKO TV. So make sure that you head on over to at Tonya TKO TV after we get off here. And we're going to go right over there and go live again to talk about B. Smith. So if you don't get in over here, you know what to do. You're on the air live with Tonya. What's your name?
Hi, Tonya. My name is Selena.
Hi, Selena. How are you?
I'm fine. First of all, I just want to say how much I love you. I love watching your broadcast. How much you have as a young lady and a young Black woman in America. How much you have encouraged me. I got your book. I read
Oh,
your book.
wonderful.
Like, you really is a staple in my life. Like, I feel like you my older sister.
I am.
You my big sister. I followed you all the way to Nigeria.
Oh,
And
wonderful.
I watched every broadcast, but this is coming from, I'm younger. I'm not younger, but I didn't, B. Smith wasn't like a staple in my life. I'm younger. But this is what I want to say. I have went back and did my research on her, and I love everything about her now. With the husband, I feel that the husband, whatever he was doing, whatever, he should have made sure her health and everything was going good.
Yeah.
But he didn't have to parade that white lady in front of us like that. Or whatever you do outside, and she went on to glory and peace. But I think the reason he's getting so much criticism is because he put it out there for everybody to see it.
He's not getting
she just
criticism,
died-
Selena. Only us vloggers broke the story, but mainstream media is now showing him as some damn hero.
And it's sad because to see a Black woman like B. Smith and her husband, he really could have set the bar and just showing other Black men, like, this is how you supposed to take care of your woman when they got bad health or anything. But I really feel just sad for her, because you put all your life, your money, everything, and now this man is going to take all your money and put it into the white community instead of giving it to the Black community. It's
well,
sad.
you know what? This is why, one of the callers called in. I think it was Whitney, and she was like, "You've got to have a will." So hopefully, somewhere in B. Smith's will, there is some stipulations for some of that money to go to whomever it is that she wanted the money to go to, because she did have sound mind when she first realized she had early onset Alzheimer's. And I hope that they did not try to go in and have her change the will after she was no longer of sound mind. You know what I'm saying? So that's my only hope. So Selena, thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you.
Okay.
And you have a great day.
You too. Okay, phone lines are open. We got time for one more quick phone call. And then after that, we're going to jump out of here. So for the people who have been trying to call in, make sure that you snap, call in quick, because we're going to jump out of here as soon as this last call comes through. And if you're not on my Facebook page, if you're not on my personal mailing list, go to TonyaTKO.com/subscribe. Join my personal mailing list. If you're not on my new Facebook page is Tonya TKO TV. That's the new page. My other page, it got overrun, and there was some issues on the page that the page got in trouble with Facebook one too many times. And so I created a new page, Tonya TKO TV. And that's the page that we're going to be using going forward. If you want to know more about my matchmaking service, and if you want to get in at a discounted price right now, let me know, because I am matchmaking African American women with African men here in the United States, and creating love matches for you to be able to have beautiful, wonderful unions and be able to live your best life with men who are predisposed culturally to be more family oriented, marriage minded, and success driven. I'm sorry, I just have to put it out there. It's just the truth. So make sure that you come over to my website. Right now, I'm offering a discount on the registration, which is at $99 to register for the matchmaking service. That price will go up once I finish doing my photo shoot and all of my stuff behind the scenes and get the website up. The price will be more. So make sure that you go and get on that right now. We got just 5 minutes left for this broadcast. So there's one more phone call coming in, and they are the last phone call of this broadcast. Hi, you're on the air live. The fighting already started before we even picked up.
Hello.
Hi, you're on the air live.
Hi, how you doing? This is Barbara. I will thank you a lot for having this program. I've been following and watching you.
Hi,
and
Barbara.
I think you're a very highly intelligent lady. I really enjoy your program.
Thank you.
And when you get that trip, because I watched your 30 days in Africa with your 30 days, when you get your trip, I'm definitely going to set to go over there with you.
Okay, all right. Well, you know what? That's cool. I can't. You know what? I can't wait to start planning that. I haven't gotten the works in it yet, but it's only February. I just got back not too long ago, and so yes, so that is something that will be in the works. So Barbara's coming over. Well, speaking of, you have the same name as B. Smith. So what are your thoughts?
My sister and my mother are coming with me. But let me get back to the question you asked. I think it's very disturbing. Because she worked really hard, and she established a legacy, and she established how hard Black women work to survive.
Yes.
And to do what is right.
Yes.
And for her husband to treat her and degrade and herself is very tragedy.
Yes.
Because society is already looking at Black being of a race of intelligence to deal with each other, okay? And the sad part about it, it's not so much that the lady is white, it's the point that he decides to disgrace her and know that she won't want that. Whether they were white or Black, she wouldn't want that. Because she wouldn't did him like that, because the Black lady's got a code within herself. You take care of your own, you take care of your family, do what is right.
Right.
And that's how Black ladies more dedicated to the Black men, the Black men are to them.
This is why I start my matchmaking service. Listen, I hear you, sister. I hear you. I'm going to have to jump off of the phone call because I need to give my closing. So, Barbara, thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you. Let me say this one thing.
Last
Black ladies, please wake up and take care of your own self, because Black men are not dedicated to y'all. I'm afraid to marry a Black man, not because he's Black, because his thought and his mentality mind towards the Black lady is so negative. So Black lady, please take care of yourself.
Listen, we're gonna have to differentiate, because there are many Black people all over the world, but not everybody has a certain toxicity and self-hatred built in. So I just want to put that out there. That's why I started my matchmaking service. Okay.
Okay. So thank you so much. I'll be back in touch. Thanks again.
Okay. All right. Okay. So that was Barbara. So people of you all agreeing with her. And Dirty Dan is foreign. I don't want no immigrant, Shelly is saying. Where's Dirty Dan from? See, but listen. Where is he from? Because that's messed up right there. That's messed up. And listen. My father is an immigrant. When my mother died, my father took care of us. Somebody saying Dirty Dan is from hell. Somebody also asked, is the $99 a one-time fee? The $99 is a deposit which will be taken out of the overall fee. That's if you're ready to settle down, to find a family, to find a match who is right for you, come and invest in that search and allow me to go out there and find high quality, high caliber men who are interested in you and pairing with you specifically. So listen, on that note, we're going to jump over to the Facebook page. Oh, Lord, listen. Delilah is saying, I need to see citizenship. Of course. This is part of the reason that the people who are coming through the program already here in the U.S., but we got 4 seconds left. Go over to Facebook now, because you know I don't like this to be more than an hour.